तो दर्भा साहब, आप अपना जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है।
हरि ओम, नमस्कार।
नमस्कार।
What a pleasure to go through these practical aspects of the learning. That is why precisely Bhagavad Gita is a practical manual. ये ना कोई philosophical treatise सिर्फ नहीं है, ये practical manual है। एंड बार बार लगातार हर वार every week यही हमारा प्रयास रहा है, and precisely that is the practical aspects that at least I have been focusing, taking the cue from the previous speakers who are in their own right are scholars of eminence, and then that's how we have divided ourselves in the panel, and then we have been expressing. And I am for one, surely it is I am enjoying not only the content of the Bhagavad Gita, because that is a great opportunity all of us have got, and then I have got to go through a couple of days before, because I come prepared. I read and then not come and read here, and hence it is a pleasure. And another pleasure is to listen to the previous speakers. I am actually uniquely blessed as a fifth speaker every week, because I get to listen to all the perspectives before me, the best perspectives from the learned panelists. So in that process, you know what is happening? The most key three things which have been given in Sanatana Dharma, which is part of the any philosophy, as we may call it, is Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. All three are happening every week for us, for me, and then for all of us. So I am doing a Shravana for all the people who are talking nice perspectives, and I am while listening, and then before coming here reading, I am doing some Manana, and Nididhyasa, I am reflecting and going back every week. I am sure this must be happening with all the viewers of the Vartic TV also, and this is the precisely the purpose of bringing different perspectives. And of course, the second round we can, if we have any disagreements or debate and arguments, that is also being allowed. Having said that, just answering immediately Bhattesa, because that is a trigger that he gives, typically either a footnote or a trigger he gives from America, remote trigger. So I thought I wanted to just later be nice.
That's why he is here.
That's right.
To trigger
that's why it is. Good. You know, अच्छा होता है। ऐसे मैं क्या बोलता हूँ इसी के ऊपर, भाटे साहब कहीं जगह ऐसे होते हैं।
He is a triggering element, but not aggressive.
I know. He is a soft man. Anyway, ऐसा भाटे साहब, and then later win as usual. I say that कहीं जगह ऐसे होते हैं जहाँ यूनिवर्सिटी में स्कॉलर्स होते हैं, और भारत ऐसी जगह है हर स्कॉलर में एक यूनिवर्सिटी है। समझ गए ना आप? यही सनातन धर्म की पहचान है। और यहाँ पे इतने सारे लाखों सैकड़ों लोग महान हैं, हर स्कॉलर में यूनिवर्सिटी है, और वहां पे शायद यूनिवर्सिटी में स्कॉलर्स होंगे। इतना कहते हुए, एंड लास्ट 10 श्लोकास खास करके, इट इज व्हाट ए प्लेजर precisely for to answer such kind of dilemmas and doubts and queries and concerns. Lord seems to have given answer in simple terms. It is only a matter of right knowledge and right understanding and right perspective, right reflection that is required. To encourage that, I would like to draw not only the philosophical aspects, the profound realities and the meanings have been already discussed by Jha Sahab and then Swamini ji and then Vitthal Sahab. So I would like to quickly, not to repeat the same thing, but there are the previous episode we discussed about the 10 qualities starting from Adveshta to the 20th shloka, the Bhaktiman. Between these 10 shlokas, he has given a list of extremely practical tips. It is only a matter of we understanding it in right perspective and making sthiramati. We need to decide, and then man bana ke buddhi ke saath, how do we apply and implement in our day-to-day life is extremely important and then easy. How? So let us say that anapeksha, most of the problems related to human living or the materialistic pursuit in the so-called practical living, day-to-day mundane life, is because of the expectations and then the desires. That is why in the 16th shloka it's only starting with anapeksha. So how is it possible to, I mean, that is the beauty and that is the sublimity and that is the simplicity of the Bhagavad Gita, such a practical manual, anapeksha. The root cause of all the problems is the desire. Even of man's first disobedience and then the desire, even if we were to examine the other philosophies in the world. So it is the desire. So kamayata, bhavishyam prajaye, that is another desire. So anapeksha. So apeksha rahita, so expectation less. So how do we implement in our life is the less expectations we have, the more happier we would be. And that is easy to implement and so difficult it appears. Each one of them are like that. And Suchi. Suchi is not only just, no, I wanted to, sir, I sab se theek hai, sir, but how do we practically understand, like Bhatta sahab had asked. तो सूची का होता है कि सूची इज a cleanliness or a hygiene, cleanly procured materials, things, clean, pure, cleanly prepared food, clean habits, clean behavior, clean conduct, clean body, clean mind. So these are the external aspects. We can, that cleanliness of the Shaucha or the Suchi, because Shaucha is incidentally is another important aspect of the Yama of the Ashtanga Yoga. So we have discussed in the previous Saucha and then Santosha and then all that Ishwaran Pranidhana. And Shraddha is nothing but Ishwara Pranidhana, and Samadhi, जो बाटे साहब बार बार बात करते हैं, that is nothing but Ishwara Pranidhana. So that's what Ashtanga Yoga and Patanjali defined Ishwara Pranidhana as the Samadhi as the Ishwara Pranidhana. So Suchi is about that, and internal Suchi is about Ragadvesha Rahita, so no attachment to love and then hate, malice, and greed, and then also developing the positive aspects of the honesty, integrity, and other ethics values. That's how internal Suchi we can attain. Having said, discussed about and karma, kartrutva, abhimana, tyaga, how do we give up? We are so much attached. In fact, on lighter side for the viewers, most of the world is Google se juda hua hai. So that everything people are dependent and then are seeking refuge in Google. And I am going to say that we will have to, instead of Google, we have to do Gulg, G-U-L-G, not G-O-V-G-L-E, G-U-L-G. What is this abbreviation of G-U-L-G? G-U is give up and L-G is let go. तो DULG का अगर हम प्रैक्टिकल में इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं तो, एंड व्हाट टू गिव अप एंड व्हाट टू लेट गो. तो गिव अप ऑल द बैड हैबिट्स, इन वट एवर अंतरात्मा जो बताते रहता है गुड क्या है बैड क्या है. वी डोंट हैव टू रीड सो कॉल्ड रिलीजन और स्क्रिप्चर्स ऑल्सो. हर पैदाइश आदमी को मालूम होता है कि गुड क्या है बैड क्या है, एंड वी रियलाइज दैट एंड देन गो बाय द अंतरात्मा प्रबोधा. And that is why Sthiramati, that once a steady mind is there and not a fickle mind here and there, and the right knowledge apply करने से मालूम होता है what to give up and what not to give up. And then like that, and remaining Shraddha is the faith, and Dvandvatita, Raga, Dvesha, Sukha, Dukkha, Sita, Ushna, Shatru, Mitra, Mana, Omana, Ninda, Stuti. And like Subhash Sharma is saying, I have seen, some Himalayan rishis and all, they don't wear anything, they just wear one langoti kind of a thing, and then they take bath at 4 o'clock in the morning in Himalayas. तो उनको सर्दी नहीं होता है क्या, इनको गर्मी नहीं होता है. And there are people who are staying in Verkhoyansk, which is also a hottest place, and then a Cherrapunji, a coldest place, and things like that. People are living, see, getting accustomed to it's a habit. Once you make it a habit and you attune your body and then the mind, ये द्वंद्वातीत होने की संभावना है. And here we are not talking about just buying some sweater and then putting some warmth. So it is by yoga sadhana से actually चित्त निरोध से yoga sadhana से body, mind and spirit will come to complete control, and you will reach a stage of udasina. You just take as things come to you and then you don't attach yourself. So that is the preparation of the mind which is talking about in the yoga. That's why it is not just bhakti which is devotion, it is bhakti yoga. And similarly everything, there are 18 yogas and then there are Ashtanga yoga we talked about. And then sannyasa also is a yoga, giving up. Lastly, I would say, because he is ended with Bhaktiman, we all westernized management, because I am also a student and a professor of management. And but that too in the motivation, and then as a HR man, we have been taught to be Superman and Spider-Man, kaise banna. लेकिन भगवान इधर बोल रहा है कि भक्ति मैन बनो, या सुपरमैन, स्पाइडरमैन या ही मैन, ये सब ठीक है, लेकिन भक्तिमान जो समय नरप्रिया, दैट्स व्हाट इज सेइंग, हु इज द डियरर टू मी इज नॉट द सुपरमैन, नॉट द स्पाइडरमैन, नॉट द ही मैन, but the bhakti man. And how do you become a bhakti man? You go, if you take refuge in maybe your Ishta Devata Hanuman. So like that, we can, these are the practical tips we need to look at it. Since today there is another guest and time की कम की वजह से यही समाप्त करके, let's see if there is anything else. तो कहने को बहुत है, लेकिन time समय के अभाव से.
A person like yeah, we know that, but some constraints are there.
Sure, I understand.